Long, creepy fingers and wide, unblinking eyes. An animal that looks permanently surprised, as if it has just witnessed something it was never meant to see and can never unsee it. For many people, the first encounter with this creature is deeply unsettling. It doesn't look soft or friendly. It doesn't look familiar. It doesn't fit into the neat mental categories most people have for animals. Instead, it triggers an instinctive reaction. Discomfort, suspicion, even fear. Some people laugh nervously when they see it. Others recoil. A few insist it must be fake, an edited image or a creature from folklore rather than something that actually exists. But this animal is very real, and everything about the way it looks has a reason. Nothing about it is accidental. Nothing about it is wasted. What appears shocking is actually precision. What looks creepy is actually efficiency. And what seems wrong is, in fact, one of the most specialized survival designs nature has ever produced. When people say this animal looks cursed, they are responding to how strongly it violates expectations. Humans are pattern recognition machines. We like symmetry, predictability, and familiar proportions. This animal has none of that. Its eyes are too large. Its fingers are too long. Its posture seems tense, as if it is always on edge. Even when it is still, it doesn't look relaxed. It looks alert, frozen between motion and stillness, like a living pause button. The effect is unsettling because it feels as though the animal is constantly watching, constantly aware, constantly processing information. It doesn't look like it belongs to the calm, daylight world humans occupy. It looks like it belongs to a different shift, a different set of rules, a different sensory reality. First glance, most people focus on the eyes. They are enormous in proportion to the animal's skull, dark and reflective, capable of catching and throwing back even the faintest glimmer of light. They seem to stare straight through the viewer, not in an emotional way, but in an analytical one. These eyes don't communicate warmth or aggression. They communicate attention. They give the impression that the animal is absorbing information continuously, scanning for movement, texture, and depth even when nothing obvious is happening. This alone is enough to make many people uncomfortable. Humans are used to being the observers. This animal feels like it is observing back, and doing so with unsettling competence. Then there are the fingers. Long, thin, skeletal fingers that look more like wires than flesh. One finger in particular stands out, stretching longer and thinner than the rest, moving independently with eerie flexibility. It looks fragile, almost breakable, yet it is the centerpiece of the animal's survival strategy. People often assume it is deformed, a mutation, or some kind of evolutionary mistake. It looks unfinished, like nature forgot to stop stretching it. But that finger is not an error. It is a specialized instrument, refined over countless generations to perform a task so specific that almost no other mammal on Earth can replicate it. This animal is the ayeaye, a nocturnal lemur found only on the island of Madagascar. It lives in dense forests, mostly far from human settlements, and operates almost exclusively at night. Even in regions where it exists, most people will never see one in the wild. It moves quietly through the trees, active during hours when humans are asleep and visibility is limited. Its world is not built around color and open landscapes, but around shadows, textures, vibrations, and sound. To understand why it looks the way it does, you have to abandon the human perspective and step into the environment it evolved for. Madagascar itself is an island of extremes when it comes to evolution.